when our director, Mrs. Eve, came to me and said, "Hey, how would you like to do another one?" I said, "Sure, just show me the scene." And she gave it to me, and I saw that the character I would play was Grandpa. Okay? You might think it's funny. No. Keep them up. Sorry, I'll tell you when to cut them. Yeah. My grandpa was a silent man, to be honest, really. Whenever I'd come to my grandparents' house, he'd just be sitting on the chair in the little corner. And you could almost never notice him. But when I was 11, he died. So I never really got a chance to, really talk to him, really find out who he was. I mean, after the funeral, all my relatives just started pumping out stories about how he joined the Air Force or how he was a bishop at his church. So I'd like to dedicate this next scene to the grandpa I never really knew, whose wife is sitting here in the audience right now. So, here we are. You can't take it with you, a scene from it. Grandpa versus the tax collector.
Excuse me, does Mr. Martin Vanderhoff live here?
Yes, this is him.
Well, Mr. Vanderhoff, the government would like to talk to you on a little matter of income tax.
Income tax?
Do you mind if I sit down?
No, go right ahead.
Thank you. According to our records, Mr. Vanderhoff, you have never paid an income tax.
That's right.
Why not?
I don't believe in it.
Why not? You own property, don't you?
Yes, sir.
And you get yearly income from it of between $3,000 and $4,000.
About that.
You've been receiving it for years.
I have. 1901, if you want an exact date.
Well, the government is only concerned from 1914 on. That's when the income tax started.
Well,
Mr. Vanderhoff, it appears that you owe the government 25 years back income tax.
now, see here, let me ask you something here.
Go on.
Now, say I pay you this income tax. Well, what's the government going to do with it?
Do with it?
Well, okay, let's say I go to Macy's and I buy a shirt or something. Well, there it is. I bought something with my money. So, what's the government going to give me for my money?
Well, the government gives you everything. It protects you.
What from?
Well, foreigners who might come to this country and take everything you have.
Oh, I don't think they're going to do that.
If you didn't pay income tax, they would. How do you think the government keeps up the Army and the Navy? All those battleships.
The last time we used battleships was in the Spanish-American War. And what did we get out of that? Huh? Cuba. And we gave that back. I wouldn't mind paying if it were for something sensible.
Sensible? Well, what about the President, and Congress, and the Supreme Court? We've got to pay them, don't we?
Not with my money.
Now look here. I've had enough of this. You have to pay an income tax. All those buildings down in Washington, and interstate commerce and the Constitution.
That Constitution was paid for long ago. And what is interstate commerce?
Well, there are 48 states, you see. If there were no interstate commerce, nothing would get from one state to another.
Well, why not? They got fences?
No! They ain't got fences! They got laws! My God, I never met a thing like this before.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll about $75. But that's not about all it's worth.
You will pay every cent like everyone else. And let me tell you something else. You'll go to jail if you don't pay it. Now that's the law. And if you think you're bigger than the law, you've got another stink coming. You'll hear from the United States government. You'll